what you're supposed to.
Ow.
Anybody there?
One.
Say hello. Hello. I took my coat off to the top. Who's there?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, gee. Dropped my file cabinet. All right. Hello, I'm Brian Johnson. We are at the Human Services Building, live here in Denver, Colorado. Still battling civil rights violations for child support enforcement on a case that should never have existed. And it limits my ability to travel because they put a judgment on my license, and I wouldn't have a problem paying child support, but my children were abducted. They go so far as to try to force a disabled person to work in order to receive benefits for TANF or the ability just to take my kid to school. I can't drive. And I've driven ever since I was 14, insured, never had a moving violation, but now I can't drive because Colorado is picking up the case for Washington State where my children were located to during the abduction. Now I have to deal with these people here who act under the color of law, trying to enforce something without due process. So we're going to be dealing with them here shortly. I have contacted David Lane, and he's yet to call me back today. I just called him a couple hours ago. What else? We'll see what happens. But I would like to get mobile. I know it's a dangerous thing to have me out on the roads, but when I go mobile, things are going to be happening for Eric Bryant. They're going to be happening for a lot of us. So I need to get my transportation, my rights back. And it also goes into court for right to travel. And that'll be on December 4th. There'll be a jury trial for that. What else? Any questions?
Nobody's on yet.
Nobody's on?
One person came.
Hmm?
One person's on now.
And who's that person?
I don't know.
Brian,
Yes, ma'am.
whenever you're ready.
Okay. And here we go. Here we go.
My name's Katie. I'm just covering for Leanne because she's in with another client right now. Okay? Let's come on in here. Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Go ahead and have a seat. Brian, okay.
This is my daughter, Chelsea.
As long as it's okay with you, she's welcome to be in here too.
Absolutely.
Okay. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. I'm just gonna get into the computer. I apologize. This one sometimes goes a little slow for me, so I'll do as best I can here. What are your main questions today?
My main questions are, my right to travel is hindered by this case being kind of, it's been ongoing since 1999.
Okay.
Colorado has picked up the case from Washington trying to enforce under the color of law, violating my rights. I've never had due process, and my children were abducted, taken across state lines without my consent, without seeing a judge, without having any rights. I've never seen my children one time since 1999.
Okay. Oh,
Hi.
and here's Leanne, actually.
Hi,
I am
My Brian,
Brian.
we've met
When did we meet?
several times.
Have we?
Mhm.
He was just filling me in on his main questions about his travel being hindered and talking about the order being registered in Colorado and things like that. So do you want me to let you take over?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I was with another one, so.
Sorry about that. It was nice to meet you. I'm
You as
glad
well.
she's here to be able to address everything for you,
Thank you,
okay?
yeah.
Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thanks, Katie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what's going on?
I have spoken to you many times. I'm the very difficult one.
I don't have to.
This is
tell
my daughter
people.
Chelsea. I'm
Hi,
sure you
Chelsea.
remember her.
Oh my gosh, I do remember you now. It's been
Right.
a long time.
It has been a long time, and I have no way to travel due to judgments on my license for children that are abducted back in '99. And Colorado is picking up the judgments and imposing them on me without due process.
I'm trying to get into your case, so give me a second here. So what do you have there? Letters?
These are for a different case. These are, well, you can look at it. These are determinations for my disability, that I am fully disabled and I cannot work.
Are you getting SSI?
I don't get anything. That's what this was about. I had to go down there Friday and reestablish what's gonna happen to them if they keep denying me. The same thing will be taken, course of action will be taken here. Civil rights are being violated, and like I said, I've never seen my children since the day they've left. I don't have a problem paying child support, but I do have a problem with extortion. When you try to force somebody to pay something when their children are abducted by the mother, by a terrorist, by a kidnapper, it doesn't matter who. The penalty is still the same.
Have you addressed the courts?
I have addressed you because you guys are the ones that are violating my rights.
I'm not violating your rights.
If you send out a judgment on my license without looking into the case and figuring out what's going on, then you're violating my rights.
If you're contesting what's going on, then it's up to you to contest it with the courts.
If I
I mean,
contest it with the courts, I'm going to sue you. I'm going
You
to
gotta
sue
do what
this
you gotta do.
establishment. I don't have to do what I have to do. If you do your job
I'm doing
and
my job.
understand that you have to have some legitimate reason for imposing, not just hearsay. My wife took my children without consent. That is illegal to do across state lines.
And do you have police reports?
Yes,
Do you
I
have
do.
all that?
Yes, I do.
And have you addressed the court with that?
I don't need to address the court. I'm addressing you because you are the
I'm
ones
not
that
a
are
judge,
in.
there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
If you can judge me
I'm
by,
not judging you, I'm just saying,
obviously you're judging me by a screen that you're looking at.
I'm trying to get into my system,
Well,
can't get
I
in.
had time. I've been waiting 4 years for you to get in there. Just because you impose something doesn't make it legal.
Why would I put my job in jeopardy if I didn't have,
It wouldn't be your job, it would be the human services itself.
why would I do that? That would get me in trouble.
Why won't you?
Why won't I?
Why won't you look into it to where it's reasonable?
I'm trying to get in there so I could go look at our last conversation.
You guys keep trying to force me to pay extortion fees in order to be able to take my daughter to school.
Your system is not working.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on? No.
I haven't been down in this room, so no, I haven't.
It's a joke. But it's the number one
It's the,
universal. You're buffering because you don't have an internet connection.
Yep.
So if you disconnect your connection and then let it reconnect, it should connect you.
restart it.
You don't have to restart your computer. If you just go to the icon for your network connection, disable it, and re-enable it, it will try to do the same thing as restarting. Then if you have to enter in a password or code to get back online, then that'll allow you.
This don't work, that's what I'll do.
Well,
But it's
this
still
is
spinning.
doing the same thing, it's just a longer route. Ask me how I know.
Let me try going into another room. Hold on a second.
And,
There's a casual teenager just chilling on their phone.
I mean,
Nobody.
sorry I haven't been on, guys, for a while. I've been dealing with a lot of this stuff, a lot of paperwork. And I refuse to shave until my father is home. So I got my hair crank going on. It's gonna be a James Freeman, I'm afraid, before long. Everybody is judged fairly. I have not. I will cover my personal identifiable information. You can get a little out of that. This is from 2004. Yet I have received zero funding since
2015?
no, longer than that. When did you start school? Back at the green school?
That was 2015? 14?
You've been in school 3 years. This is 11th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th. How many years did you attend at River Green School? 3?
7th? No, that was 8th.
Okay, so 3 plus 2 is 5. I know these kids, they have such a hard time in school. 11th grade, they can't read an analog clock. You say, come here, and you swear you need to get their ears checked, or they have some sort of mental deficiency that hinders their ability to process information correctly.
Sounds about right.
Maybe the reason I'm having such a problem here. Bugs Live.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh wait, wrong theme song.
So after we leave here, I'm gonna see if I can find Eric Brandt downtown. My daughter is going to be painting a banner for him. I believe it's of the, what would you say?
Sunny
Don't.
days, sleeping the clouds away.
I just did what I asked you not to.
Can't get the system to work. Still shutting down. I'm gonna shut that one down.
Have you tried pulling the cord out at all?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I called upstairs though, the girl said it's not working up there.
Oops. That'll fix it.
Hope so. No signal.
Who is your supervisor?
Charlotte Watson,
Okay, I need to have her information.
do you want me to call her down here?
No, I just want her information because I'm going to be speaking to her shortly.
I'll be happy to call her down. if you want to talk to her.
It's fine. And it's nothing personal, it's nothing against you, you're doing your job. I'm sure you're trained for it and you say exactly as they tell you.
I've been here 34 years. I know my job very well.
Well, I've been a father for a long time and I don't think it's fair that she gets to be punished for something that's not.
I don't think it's fair that you're doing this in front of her.
I do, because it affects her directly what you guys do. How is she not
It's
to
not,
suffer
no,
and
I'm
not
not
know
taking
about it?
accountability for this, and when I can get in the system, I will talk to you about it. I'm not ordered to pay child support, so
I'm not ordered either.
you're not ordered?
No.
Then why,
I've never been to court.
then you didn't go to the court hearing?
How could I? It's in another state.
This is gonna be argumentative.
It will be argumentative because I have done nothing wrong except had my children abducted and I get treated like a criminal and it affects.
Why are you a criminal? Am I treating you
Because
like
I'm
a
being
criminal?
forced to pay an extortion fee for abducted children that I've never seen one time since the day they were taken. And this place is supposed to be all about fathers.
Yes.
It's supposed to be about getting families together.
You're right.
But you guys have done nothing except tear our family apart. I know you may not see that, you may not understand how that could possibly be.
Well, I can totally see it through your eyes.
I hope you do.
I could see it through your eyes if that's how you feel about it.
I don't feel about the facts. The facts are the facts. It's not how I feel about them. You may hear emotions in my words, but the facts don't change. My children were abducted, and through the color of law, you keep trying to impose and enforce me to pay extortion fees in order to live normally.
I can't answer any questions till the system comes up and it's still down. Do you want me to call you?
I would like this resolved, because I
It
would like
won't
to
get
be able
resolved
to drive.
today, 'cause
Well, no, it hasn't been resolved since 1999, when my children were taken. I called the FBI, yes, and I called the Sheriff's Department, yes, and it is documented, yes.
and what did they do?
They did absolutely nothing, because they are like you. They think they don't have any ability to do anything.
I have
You
the
have a
ability
lot
to
of
do
ability.
child support. That's
Hmm?
what I have an ability to do.
You have an
My job.
ability to, under the color of law, enforce something. But to the wrong person, that's illegal. When you do your
I can't
job,
answer your questions.
when you do your
so-
job, okay, and you do it well, I don't care if you've been here 50 years, if you do your job to the wrong person, are you doing your job right?
You know what, the burden of proof is on you, and it's
The
up to
burden
you
of
to
proof.
contest it with the court. I can't do nothing unless
You
you
have
get
all the
court order
information you
to-
need to prove anything.
No, I-
It'll get
I don't-
expensive if I
I
go to
don't
court.
do investigations, I'm not an investigator.
No,
I'm not
but
a
you
cop,
are,
I'm
under
not
the
a
color
judge.
of law, imposing something. The color of law means you're using the power of your job
Let me
in
tell you
order
something,
to make somebody punishable and accountable for something.
so we have a free legal clinic tomorrow evening. And if you would like to come down and speak to one of the attorneys,
If I go to an attorney, it's going to be to David Lane. He is the best civil rights attorney in the United States.
that's fine. You have your rights and you
I do
have the
have my
right to do
rights,
that.
and I'm giving you guys the opportunity to quit jacking with me and my kid.
I'm not
because I
working
haven't
with you,
done
you
anything.
kid.
Under the color of law, you are imposing what would normally be an okay situation. But I have not had due process. I have not had rights as a father to even visit my children, see my children, as they were taken across state lines, which you know is illegal.
I am not familiar with your case, I have.
Any case, when a parent takes children across state lines, it is illegal. When you're married, you have to go see a judge, you have to get definitive information that says, we're gonna have visitations, we're gonna have child support, we're gonna have all this stuff. I never had that opportunity because my children were abducted, okay? Put in protective custody or hidden or done something with, I don't know, for 2 years, which was the statute of limitations for my rights, and they were taken away, which was, should have went right back to the FBI and the Sheriff's Department when I filed my claim that my children were abducted. Nothing was done on their part. That's incompetence. And you act under the color of law, trying to impose what it says on your screen instead of listening to me
I
and what
did
I'm
listen
saying.
to you, but what I said to you was that you're contesting it, you have to go before the court.
Why do I
And
need to go before the
because
court
you're
when
the
you're
one
the
that
source?
You're the source. You're
No,
the one
you
that
are
was
the
ordered to
source
pay child
imposing
support.
a judgment on my license.
No, you didn't pay your child support.
I don't owe child support.
You obviously do, or you.
No,
would
I
be
obviously
suspended.
don't. That's your under the color of law authority. That is what we're talking about here right now. You're acting under the color of law, trying to impose something normally that would be an okay situation. In this situation, it is not okay to impose that because I am a victim.
I'm still waiting for the system. It's not working.
We'll come back at another time, but I would like, in the meantime,
Hold on.
any judgments on my license removed.
Okay, I can't do that.
You can do
without
that.
looking
You've
at
done
your
that when I was here before.
I don't recall that.
Well,
so
I don't
need to
care
look
what
at
you
your
recall.
case.
I know you have the power to because you've done it before.
I don't know. I have to look at my notes.
Please do.
I'm trying.
And please give me the information for your
I'll
supervisor.
get My information for my can. I can call her down right now.
I don't want to speak to her right now because I'm agitated.
You're agitated with me.
No, I'm not. I'm agitated at this situation
Okay.
and the brick walls that I keep encountering under people acting under the color of law. If you don't know what that is, then you need to research it,
I
because you
know
can
I
be held
don't.
accountable, personally.
I know I can. I know what my rights are too. And I know I'm not gonna break the law.
You may not break the law willingly, or you may not do it unknowingly. But you may do it.
I can't get in here.
Please just give me the information for your supervisor. And if she has a supervisor, I'd like that too.
Hold on.
Thank you.
I don't know Christian, so I'll give you customer service.
Whatever you have is fine.
And I will go back to my desk, try to get in. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 785-389-2083.
As soon
My
as I
name
get-
is Brian Johnson.
As soon as I can get in there, I will give you a number. Have a good one.
You as well.
It's 300 for your family. So once that
Mhm.
child turns 19, they're no longer.
Pardon?
Say, quit moving.
I am. So you see, hold on a second. Oh, I thought you were coming to me.
I will go look at your case and I'll give you a buzz.
Thank you so much.
Here. Happy Thanksgiving.
You as
Happy
well.
Thanksgiving.
Where do we want to go to do this?
I don't know, whatever you want.
Here.
What?
I'd like to get a nice background. Denver Stadium or
I don't know.
Okay, so that was my little visit with the caseworker for child support, which has been wrongfully imposed for children abducted. Pardon me while this car goes by. And over there, you can see Denver Mile High Stadium. Okay, barely. But if anybody's here, thank you for joining. We're going to head downtown, see if we can find Eric Brent. And after that, we will see if we can't tear up another form of government.
Do 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 do.
All right, have a good day, guys. We love you.